Have you ever frozen to death? Me either. And I've never talked to anybody that actually froze to death. But I can imagine it's not a fun way to go, right? Fire is the most important thing survival-wise as we can know. Without fire, you perish. The old timers that went all over the Rocky Mountains trapping beaver and made their life outdoors were skilled fire makers. This was a necessary thing for them. So I want to show you the way I do some things, and maybe some of this will be a little different for you. There are lots of different styles of fire steels. It's actually not a flint striker so much in terminology as it's a fire steel. This happens to be an oval design, which is very common, and you'll find them on trade lists and ledgers. Bright oval fire strikers is the way I've seen them described. Definitely you need one of these. You also can strike fire with your flintlock firearm, but for today we're going to use this. Now you need to have a flint. Don't be horrified. But native points were all over the plains and the mountains everywhere you went. It was before the arrowhead hunters found them all in the modern day, but this stuff was laying all over the place. Plus shards from where they made the points. This is a tourist store point. But how fun. I'm going to strike fire with my point and my oval fire steel. Now, char cloth. Interesting subject. In the modern day, we use char cloth. There really isn't a lot of info in journals that I recall reading. It doesn't mean it isn't there, but actually any kind of mention of char cloth. If you know of one, please answer in the comments and tell me the source. I'd be interested to know it. We do know that they probably used punk wood, and it was so commonly used that even very little mention of that. Possibly char cloth is the same way. But I can't imagine a man cutting the tail off of his shirt to make charred cloth, let alone have a container capable of making charred cloth. Probably did, and I do, and I make it. In fact, I made a batch yesterday. Anyway, charred cloth is kind of black. You've burnt off all of the gases off of it and left only the material. Charcoal's made in gunpowder too, same process. You burn off all the material matter and save the charred part. So to do this, my method that takes very little effort is to take my stone and I lay the edge like this. So these edges line up. I'm going to strike across this at a 90-degree angle, and the spark that comes off the fire steel will jump up and over and land on top of this guy. That's what I'm looking for. I want that spark to land on top of there. Now, this will be a surprise. Even for you who've struck fires before are going to find this very curious when I light this, when I put a spark to this. So let's see what happens. Let me get myself set up a little bit here. A little better. Okay, here we go. There you go, folks. Char cloth. Not really. This is touch powder. This will burn to heat wet tinder, sometimes for minutes. And in a minute, I'll show you how to build it, how to make this stuff. So touch powder is made by taking some cloth that you could have charred. Rather than char it, because you don't have a container, what you will elect to do is just spit in your hand, down in here, pour some powder from your powder horn in here, and swab this thing around in there until it's covered with a paste. And you want it pretty black with the paste. Once it's all wet and covered with paste, you will then put it out to dry. You can make a number of those in a few spits in session, lay them out to dry, then put them in your container. Same concept as char cloth as far as the striking, the lighting. That was rather exciting because I left my tin open, which is a mistake, and one of those sparks jumped into my tin of touch cloth. That's why all those fireworks happened. And incidentally, probably burnt off all of my eyebrow. But live and learn, because it will consume itself. This is William Bailey with Bill's Historical West with a tutorial on how to burn off your eyebrows. But it's fire all the same. With fire, you live. Bill's Historical West. Tune in for more. Watch your back trail.